Hey there gamers, this is Richard, your host. Welcome back to our channel, Marvelous Gamers, where we bring you the latest news from the world of gaming. In this video, we'll explore the PlayStation 3, a console that provided gamers with exceptional gaming experiences and revolutionary gameplay. However, there were also games that were never released, leaving fans yearning and curious about what actually happened to them. We'll be ranking the top 21 cancelled PS3 games that disappointed fans, featuring exciting adventures and intriguing mysteries that were set to offer unparalleled storylines and exciting gameplay. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Batman: The Dark Knight. Imagine yourself as the Dark Knight roaming the vast streets of Gotham City. Batman: The Dark Knight promised a world where players could fully embody Batman. Equipped with a variety of gadgets and unparalleled detective skills, you would have confronted notorious villains, deciphered complex puzzles, and perfected the art of covert takedowns. The game's mechanics were designed to immerse us in the gritty ambiance of Gotham, providing a captivating experience that left us yearning for justice. The game was meant to be released in 2008, along with Christopher Nolan directed Batman: The Dark Knight. Sadly, the exciting journey came to an abrupt end because of multiple factors. The game was scrapped due to licensing issues, disputes between the developer and publisher, and the studio shifting priorities. As a result of the complex legal problems and constantly changing creative directions, we were unable to experience the full potential of donning the cape and cowl in a way that would have truly honored the Dark Knight's legacy. Gary Oldman, who played Commissioner Gordon in the movie, also revealed in an interview that he had contributed to the project. Prey 2. The game Prey 2 was set to take us on an exciting sci-fi adventure as a bounty hunter traveling through space. Players were prepared to participate in thrilling shootouts, explore vivid and hazardous environments, and pursue elusive bounties in an engaging open world. The game was intended to provide a new take on the first-person shooter category, offering an exhilarating gameplay experience that combined action, exploration, and a captivating story. However, the development of Prey 2 faced various challenges that proved to be too difficult to overcome. The game was initially meant to be developed by Human Head Studios, but after a few years of announcements, the rights were transferred to the parent company of Bethesda, ZeniMax Media. The project was plagued by delays, changes in creative vision, and the necessity of significant alterations to its core systems. These hindrances ultimately resulted in the game's cancellation in 2014, leaving fans disappointed and feeling like they missed out on the opportunity to delve into the captivating universe that Prey 2 had promised. Titan. Blizzard Entertainment, the renowned creators behind World of Warcraft, embarked on an ambitious project known as Titan. This game aimed to redefine the multiplayer shooter genre with a futuristic MMO setting. Players could expect to enter a world where they could team up, explore, and engage in battles in a dynamic universe. The anticipation for a groundbreaking experience was high, with gamers eagerly anticipating the signature attention to detail that Blizzard is known for. Sometimes even the most ambitious projects can encounter obstacles that seem impossible to overcome. Titan encountered a multitude of challenges, including technical problems and creative setbacks. As time passed, managing the project scale became more and more challenging, causing doubts to arise among Blizzard's development team. In the end, Blizzard made the decision to shift their focus and use some of Titan's ideas for other successful games. The closure of the project left fans of both Blizzard and MMO gaming wondering about the lost, untapped potential. Aliens: Crucible. Obsidian Entertainment's Aliens: Crucible was designed to transport players into the terrifying universe of the Alien franchise, where they face off against xenomorphs on a space colony of Caldera. Combining elements of survival horror and RPG, the game would have required players to make difficult choices to stay alive. This intense and suspenseful gameplay would have captured the same fear that made the film series so legendary, giving players a chance to test their bravery against the most deadly beings in the galaxy. Unfortunately, the development of Aliens: Crucible was halted due to financial constraints and changes in priorities at Obsidian Entertainment. The game experienced numerous delays and alterations, leading it to be trapped in a state of uncertainty. Some speculations also suggest that the game was deemed unsuitable for the RPG format. Ultimately, the studio encountered financial challenges, which led to several employees losing their jobs, and the game was abandoned, leaving fans to grieve for a potentially groundbreaking survival horror experience featuring heart-pounding battles for survival against terrifying extraterrestrial adversaries. Fallout Online. Interplay Entertainment and Masthead Studios had an exciting plan for Fallout Online to create a multiplayer post-apocalyptic world where players could band together, scavenge for resources, and create settlements. This iteration of the popular franchise aimed to offer a collaborative experience that would allow players to shape the future of the wasteland while facing the dangers that lurked in its irradiated expanse. Regrettably, the online shaping of the wasteland's future was not meant to be due to legal disputes over the rights to the Fallout franchise and ongoing development challenges that caused the project to derail. As part of a legal settlement between ZeniMax and Interplay, it was announced on January 1, 2012 that the game had been cancelled. Additionally, Interplay gave up its remaining rights to the Fallout brand by December 2013. The intricate nature of constructing a unified multiplayer experience in the cherished Fallout universe proved to be an overwhelming undertaking. Consequently, the game's abandonment left aficionados of the franchise longing for an online wasteland expedition that could have provided a new perspective on the beloved post-apocalyptic realm. Brothers in Arms, Furious 4. Gearbox Software's Brothers in Arms, Furious 4 was a departure from the typical World War II shooter genre, as it aimed to combine historical settings and an over-the-top, almost irreverent sense of humor. Players would have followed a group of 4 soldiers with different personalities on an adventurous journey, fighting against both Nazis and supernatural foes. The game aimed to offer a fast-paced and chaotic experience, blending co-op gameplay with cartoonish violence. The game's departure from its roots was a bold move, but it received mixed reactions from fans and raised concerns about its tone. The development process was plagued by challenges such as delays and creative differences. In the end, Gearbox Software decided to abandon Furious 4 and return to the franchise's original narrative-driven style, leaving fans confused by the sudden change in direction. Gearbox went on to utilize a lot of the concepts developed for the game into a new project called Battleborn. NBA Live 13. Electronic Arts were working on NBA Live 13, a basketball simulation game that aimed to offer improved graphics, realistic gameplay, and an engaging presentation on the court. The game would have allowed players to assume the roles of their favorite basketball players and participate in genuine NBA games, providing a thrilling and authentic sports experience. The NBA Live 13 closure was attributed to development struggles and time limitations. The team encountered difficulties in meeting the lofty standards set by fans and the fiercely competitive sports gaming industry. Ultimately, EA Sports made the decision to scrap the game to guarantee that they could deliver a product that met their standards. This decision created a void that left basketball gaming enthusiasts yearning for the immersive experience they'd been eagerly anticipating. Pirates of the Caribbean, Armada of the Damned. Propaganda games creation, Pirates of the Caribbean, Armada of the Damned, would allow gamers to explore the lively realm of buccaneering pirates. The game, which takes place in the same universe as the movie franchise, would have allowed players to create their own pirate character, navigate perilous waters, confront otherworldly adversaries, and make crucial decisions that determine their pirate voyage. However, the game didn't feature the iconic Jack Sparrow popularized by Johnny Depp. Instead, the game was based on the adventures of James Sterling, who was a pirate captain before the events depicted in the movies. The development of Armada of the Damned encountered several hurdles, mainly related to finances. Disney Interactive Studios ultimately chose to terminate the project and terminated around 100 employees in order to redirect resources toward other endeavors, namely Tron Evolution. Despite the anticipation from Pirates of the Caribbean enthusiasts to embark on their own swashbuckling journey, the intricacies of game creation and changing requirements caused the project to be scrapped, leaving players to ponder the unknown domains of piracy and exploration that could have been discovered. Batman, Gotham by Gaslight. Day One Studios developed an intriguing idea called Batman, Gotham by Gaslight, which aimed to transport the legendary Dark Knight to an alternate timeline set during the Victorian era. The game's storyline was based on the popular graphic novel of the same name and featured a dark and atmospheric adaptation. In this alternate version of Gotham City, illuminated by gas lamps, players would have taken on the role of Batman, utilizing the tools of that era instead of modern gadgets. The game would have challenged players to use Batman's renowned detective skills and physical abilities to track down the notorious serial killer Jack the Ripper, who was terrorizing the city's inhabitants. The creation of Gotham by Gaslight faced several obstacles despite its interesting concept. The game's revocation was caused by technical issues, which led Day One Studios to pursue other projects instead. Fans who were eagerly anticipating the opportunity to explore a Victorian-era Gotham City and unravel its secrets were left disappointed. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Patriots. Ubisoft had plans to create a daring addition to the beloved tactical shooter franchise with Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Patriots. The game's storyline would have explored the intricate moral dilemmas associated with modern warfare and terrorism. Players were meant to take on the roles of elite counter-terrorism agents tasked with confronting a domestic terrorist organization while keeping things as realistic as possible. The game's plot went beyond just tactical gameplay. It delved into the grey areas between what's considered heroic and villainous, leaving players with difficult decisions that would impact the story's conclusion. The revocation of Rainbow Six Patriots was a result of several challenges that the project faced. These challenges included development issues, changes in the team's composition, and evolving industry trends. Ubisoft had to decide whether to continue investing in the game, which had drifted from its original vision. The studio ultimately chose to focus on other Rainbow Six titles that better aligned with the changing gaming industry. Fans of tactical shooters were left contemplating the intense challenges and moral dilemmas that they could have faced in a game that aimed to raise the stakes of modern warfare. Insane. Guillermo del Toro, a renowned filmmaker, had put his creative touch on Insane, an ambitious horror game. The game aimed to deliver an eerie and intense experience that delved deep into the realm of psychological horror. Players would be faced with nightmarish creatures, uncover a chilling narrative, and explore the darkest corners of the human psyche under del Toro's guidance. The game was expected to provide players with an immersive and truly terrifying horror experience, as del Toro's unique artistic style, characterized by striking visuals and intricate narratives, were set to infuse the game with an unparalleled sense of dread and suspense. It was anticipated to be a showcase of the filmmaker's ability to create a world that both fascinated and horrified players, though specific plot details were not widely known. Unfortunately, Insane could not fulfill its promising potential due to the financial difficulties faced by its publisher, THQ. The company's bankruptcy and eventual closure resulted in the game's demise, leaving fans of both Guillermo del Toro's distinctive cinematic flair and the horror gaming genre feeling let down. This not only created a gap in the gaming world, but also deprived gamers of the chance to experience the dark and distinctive world that Insane was designed to offer. Highlander, the game. Highlander, the game, sought to introduce a unique concept of immortality into the gaming industry. The game's storyline explored the world of immortals, placing players in the shoes of a warrior who could only be killed by decapitation. With different historical periods as the backdrop, the game promised a fascinating combination of action, exploration, and the thrill of living through centuries of history. Players were expected to navigate through various eras, honing different combat styles and engaging in intense sword-fighting battles with other immortals. The game aimed to capture the essence of the Highlander franchise by blending the excitement of historical battles with the drama of immortal rivalries. The development of Highlander the game was a tumultuous journey marked by challenges, studio shifts, and uncertainty about the game's direction. It faced numerous cancellations and revivals over the years, which left fans frustrated with the lack of progress. Unfortunately, the game was ultimately scrapped due to the constant fluctuation and unclear development path, leaving fans of the Highlander franchise disappointed. Dirty Harry. The interactive game Dirty Harry aimed to capture the raw intensity of the renowned film franchise. Players would get to experience San Francisco's seedy underworld, taking on the role of the infamous Inspector Harry Callahan. The storyline would have revolved around Callahan's fight against crime and pursuit of justice in a city plagued by corruption and peril. The gameplay would have combined shooting mechanics with detective work, providing players with an opportunity to engage in thrilling gunfights while also solving intricate cases by gathering clues. The moral complexities and difficult decisions faced by Callahan in the movies would have been incorporated into the gameplay, presenting players with choices that would impact the direction of the narrative. The decision to abandon Dirty Harry was influenced by various factors, such as alterations in the gaming sector and the difficulties in converting a popular movie series into an interactive medium. The project encountered development issues along with financial trouble, which ultimately led to its cancellation. Although fans were excited about the idea of taking on Callahan's role and dispensing justice in their own way, the challenge of capturing the film's tough aura and character relationships in a game proved to be a major obstacle. 8 Days. 8 Days was an ambitious project from Sony London studio that aimed to provide players with an intense action-adventure experience. In the game, players are introduced to two protagonists, an experienced FBI agent and a rookie cop, who work together to navigate a crime-filled city, uncover secrets, solve mysteries, and engage in dynamic action sequences that would keep players on the edge of their seats. The narrative explored themes of corruption, organized crime, and personal struggles, immersing players in a world where morality and justice were constantly tested. Despite its promising visuals and gameplay mechanics, Sony decided to cancel the game primarily because it didn't have an online mode. Sony, at the time, was focused on developing games that had an online mode and proceeded to allocate resources toward other titles that suited their new strategy. After the discontinuation of 8 Days, gamers were left wondering about the enthralling storyline and thrilling challenges they could have encountered in a game that strived to provide an engaging and captivating journey. Earth No More. Earth No More was a groundbreaking project by 3D Realms to provide players with a profoundly moving experience exploring the disastrous consequences of environmental destruction. The storyline depicted a world that had fallen into chaos due to ecological disasters and rampant pollution. The plot presented a grim future where the environment had turned against humanity and mutated creatures inhabited the desolate landscapes. In this bleak scenario, players would have taken on the roles of survivors who had managed to cling to life despite overwhelming odds. The gameplay was designed to offer a unique blend of survival horror and environmental themes. Players would have had to navigate treacherous terrain, scavenge for resources, and find ways to combat the dangerous environment and the mutated creatures within it. The game aimed to create a sense of urgency and desperation while encouraging players to reflect on the real-world implications of environmental neglect. Despite the riveting concept, the game was cancelled because Cinema Graphics Entertainment sued 3D Realms, claiming that they'd stolen not only the name of the game, but also the storyline and graphics were strikingly similar to the game they had in development. While the concept held the immense potential to raise awareness about environmental issues through gaming, the severe allegation of copywriting infringement stalled the project, leaving eager fans to imagine the possibilities of what could have been a fantastic game. The Agency Covert Ops. The Agency Covert Ops aimed to fully immerse players in the complex world of espionage and covert operations. The game's storyline was a compelling mixture of international intrigue, espionage, and tactical action. Players were to take on the roles of elite agents, operating on the fringes of legality while working for a shadowy and enigmatic organization. This organization would assign players high-stakes missions that required combat skills, strategic thinking, and the ability to unravel intricate conspiracies. As agents, players were to engage in thrilling covert missions, sabotage, and counterintelligence operations. The discontinuation of the Agency Covert Ops resulted from many factors, including the difficulties in successfully translating the complex world of espionage into a captivating and entertaining gameplay experience. The development team encountered obstacles in striking the perfect balance between an intricate narrative and satisfying gameplay mechanics. Due to these challenges and the need to allocate resources wisely, the decision was made to cancel the game. Reich video game. Reich introduced a captivating concept centered around exploring an alternate version of history where the outcome of World War II was different. The game's plot depicted a world where the Nazi regime emerged victorious, altering the course of history in a chilling manner. Within this alternate reality, players would have found themselves in a world dominated by Nazi ideology, with the regime's unchecked control extending well beyond the end of the war. The gameplay promised a unique blend of action and strategy, placing players in the roles of resistance fighters struggling to free the world from the regime's oppressive rule. Despite facing daunting obstacles, players would have been tasked with navigating historically significant locations transformed by Nazi rule, utilizing guerrilla tactics, strategic warfare, and daring maneuvers to challenge the oppressors in power. The game's cancellation can be predominantly credited to the lack of leadership and mismanagement of funds by the studio, which led to the downfall of the otherwise exceptional concept. Balancing historical accuracy and captivating storytelling was crucial for crafting an alternate history narrative that veered from the events of World War II. However, as the project advanced, difficulties arose in both technical aspects and narrative execution, ultimately leading to its cancellation. Aerocross. Aerocross was designed to captivate players with a thrilling, futuristic racing experience. The game's storyline transported players to a world of high-speed competition that went beyond conventional racing tracks. Amid stunning and surreal environments, players would have taken control of state-of-the-art vehicles with advanced technology, enabling them to zoom through the skies in a gravity-defying exhibition of speed. The gameplay aimed to offer an exhilarating combination of speed, strategy, and eye-catching visuals. The tracks were anticipated to be intricate and dynamic, necessitating players to master both skilled piloting and tactical decision-making. With vehicles featuring innovative features and a distinct blend of racing mechanics, Aerocross offered an adrenaline-pumping experience that would have thrilled fans of futuristic racing and high-octane action. Namco Bandai would go on to nullify the project for unknown reasons alongside another game called Dancing Eyes, which ultimately led to the demise of the Namco Generations label in 2012. Although efforts have been made to revive the game so far, it hasn't been successful, leaving fans in a state of discontent. The Outsider. The Outsider was a captivating idea that aimed at enabling players to explore a world of espionage, mystery, and moral ambiguity. The game's storyline centered around a lone CIA agent who found themselves caught up in a complex web of conspiracies, political machinations, and shadowy agendas. The gameplay was designed to give players a sense of control, allowing them to approach situations from different perspectives and make decisions reflecting their beliefs. By influencing the story's direction, players experienced a unique combination of narrative-driven gameplay and interactive narrative storytelling, resulting in a captivating experience that rewarded critical thinking and strategic decision-making. The decision to cancel The Outsider was influenced by a combination of development obstacles and internal changes at Frontier Developments. Creating a captivating spy story that seamlessly integrated with intricate gameplay mechanics proved to be a challenging task. In light of the studio's struggles and efforts to shift focus, the game was ultimately scrapped and led to the dismissal of 30 employees. Legacy of Kain, Dead Sun. Legacy of Kain, Dead Sun was a highly anticipated project developed by Climax Studios in collaboration with Square Enix that aimed to revive the beloved Legacy of Kain series, bringing players into a world of dark fantasy where vampires and their complex power struggles took center stage. The game's plot introduced players to KAIN, a human embroiled in a conflict between rival vampire clans. With a blend of vampiric mythology, action, and exploration, players would have unraveled the mysteries of the hauntingly rich lore while experiencing a mix of action-oriented combat and puzzle solving. KAIN's unique abilities would have allowed players to manipulate the environment and confront enemies with supernatural prowess, engaging them in a beautifully atmospheric and immersive realm of supernatural intrigue. The game was cancelled due to financial concerns that were worsened by Square's overly optimistic sales projections for its games. The initial budget for the game was expected to be £15 million, but as development progressed, it became clear that the costs would double to £30 million due to Climax's ambitious vision. The cancellation decision was ultimately influenced by the financial strain caused by Square's poor sales performance and limited audience. Additionally, mismanagement, subpar game quality, and a convergence of financial challenges all contributed to the downfall of the Legacy of Kain project. This is Vegas. Surreal Software, a well-known game development studio, created a captivating concept called This is Vegas. Their goal was to create a unique experience that would capture the excitement and allure of Las Vegas, a city famous for its vibrant entertainment and nightlife. Utilizing their expertise in crafting engaging narratives and interactive gameplay, Surreal Software embarked on a journey to bring the spirit of the city to life within a virtual world. The game's storyline revolved around players exploring the lively nightlife of Las Vegas and participating in a variety of activities that showcased its glamour and excitement. Surreal Software envisioned a world where players could engage in casino games, enjoy the nightlife, and interact with a diverse cast of characters. The decision to abandon This is Vegas was largely influenced by financial factors and changes within its development studio, Surreal Software. Although the project had garnered considerable attention and enthusiasm for its concept, the obstacles faced during its development played a pivotal role in the ultimate outcome. Marvelous verdict, and that concludes our video about the top 21 cancelled PlayStation 3 games that had promising concepts but unfortunately didn't get released. The cancelled games we've seen give us a glimpse of the difficulties and intricacies involved in game development. Although we may not see these titles on our screens, they serve as a tribute to the limitless imagination of the gaming industry. We hope this journey into the past and into the exciting possibilities of alternate gaming realities has been a source of enjoyment for you. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it, and for more exciting videos, please subscribe to our channel.